Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Wicked T, and today we are doing the end of month wrap up for September. Again, we motored on through this month. 4 videos a week for last 4 weeks, so that's 16. Took me a minute. It's early. I just had Dustee finish up his archaeology review, and I'm doing the intro and outro now, and then I will edit everything together tomorrow and post it. So yeah, we're gonna keep our schedule going. Otherwise, it's been a pretty standard month. Side, as you can see, there is there's Crowny up there. I got him this month, or her. Sorry, I got her this month in the mail. Well, technically, Dustee got her this month in the mail because he ended up winning Crowny off X from U2's. They have some pretty good stuff out there. U2's does, and Crowny is our second win. Actually, we had a VTuber plushie that we won from U2's as well last year, I think. I think I posted a picture of that sometime last year. And we also won. I ended up winning on Instagram set of 3 My Little Ponies plushies from U2's. They're not due to ship till December 1st, so another couple months, so which is kind of cool. But probably give 2 of the 3 My Little Ponies to my younger sister. She loves horses. I'm gonna keep one, which is the My Little Ponies character based on Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3, just because she's one of my favorite characters in that game. But yeah, other than that, this month has been pretty standard, as I said. So I will put Dustee's archaeology review in next, and then I will catch you after that. Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Dustee, and today we're doing the September 2025 archaeology review. Again, this is just stuff I found on Archaeology magazine site. And the stuff I found interesting, I didn't even get halfway through the month, I don't think. I think I made it to like the 11th or 12th, or maybe 13th. But that's working backwards from the 28th, or yesterday, 29th. Because today is the 30th, so we're recording all this stuff today, and this is what I found interesting from Archaeology magazine yesterday. First we have Dig unveils 2,000-year-old English cities history. Excavations in the heart of Lancashire have provided a window into nearly 2,000 years of the city's rich history, according to a statement from the University of Lancashire. The archaeological work is being carried out by the University of Lancashire Archaeology Services as part of a project aimed at renovating the city's central market square. Among the oldest discoveries were a well-preserved Roman building, a Roman kiln, and the 1900-year-old burial of an infant. These finds are offering insight into the domestic life and industry in the Roman town. So as you can see here, we have some folks from the university digging. Judging by the burn, I would say that is the kiln, because as you can see, the rest of this dirt over here looks like dirt. This is blacker, like there's charcoal. This looks like the foundation, maybe behind these gentlemen here. I'm not quite sure, it's hard to tell, but there's a lot of the shale around. So yeah, there's always something new to find in England. It is a very historic island for sure. Next we have 5,000-year-old monumental prehistoric tomb found in Spain. And a team of archaeologists from the University of Cadiz unearthed an extraordinary 5,000-year-old dolmen at the Lenterjula necropolis near Tiba, Malaga, according to a report from SUR in English. Measuring more than 40 feet long, the massive tomb is constructed of large, upright stone blocks, and is one of the most monumental and well-preserved megalithic funerary structures ever uncovered in Andalusia. Within the chamber's interiors, archaeologists identified several ossuaries containing human remains and a rich assemblage of grave goods, which are providing insight into the lives and funerary practices of the community that inhabited the region several millennia ago. So as you can see, here's the tomb. Sunset, it looks like, in the distance there. Very nice, very, very large stones. Clearly arranged to keep the dirt out, and then this would have been covered over. And here's some of the grave goods. Looks like stone arrowheads and maybe a bone scraper for working leather. I'm not quite sure what this would be. Does it say in the article? Oh, that might be ivory, actually. It says there's ivory implements found. Amber, seashells. Yeah, that is very cool. If you're wondering why my head keeps turning to the right there, I'm looking at our other monitor to read the articles. Not the full articles, just the brief summary that I made after reading them. So, yeah, that's what that is. But, yeah, this is pretty cool. It looks like there's something else getting dug up over there. It's all sectioned off. Maybe it's another ossuary where they kept human remains. I'm not quite sure. I can't tell from this photograph. But, yeah, that is cool. That's the coolest looking thing I've seen come out of Spain in a while. Next we have rare coin hoard linked with Jewish revolt. Israeli archaeologists discover a rare hoard of coins hidden deep in an underground complex beneath the settlement of Hukwek, I-24 News reports. The network of underground tunnels and chambers has been dug by Jews in Lower Galilee in the 1st and 2nd century ACE to serve as a hiding places during times of rebellion against the Roman Empire. Experts initially believed the collection of bronze coins must have originally been stashed away during either the Great Revolt, 66 to 70 ACE, or the Bar Kokhba Revolt, 132 to 135 ACE. Two well-documented periods of unrest. When researchers examined the objects more closely, however, they noticed the coins bear a likeness to Roman Emperor Constantius II and Constans I, who both ruled during the 4th century ACE. This suggests that the small treasure was actually hidden for safekeeping during the lesser-known Gallus Revolt, 351 to 352 ACE, the last known Jewish uprising against Roman rule. So that is pretty cool. As you can see, these are the uncovered tunnels that were dug. It looks like they took out quite a bit of this hillside to uncover these tunnels. It looks like a very complex network. I mean, there's rooms and hallways all over the place. And here are some of the bronze coins they found. So these coins are, as you can see, these two emperor faces Roman emperor faces are a little different, so I'm guessing that's where they got the Constantius and the Constance from. I can't really tell from these pictures. I can't read what the Latin says, so I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that if it's from a lesser known revolt, that is pretty cool. There's a lot of the last couple months. There's been a lot of stuff coming out of Israel, which is really nice. I like stuff from Israel, from that region, because it's kind of full of conflict, and people like to see if they can compare stuff to the Bible. So that's always good. That's always interesting to see. Next, we have artifacts from wreck of Titanic's sister ship recovered. The sinking of the RMS Titanic is perhaps the most famous shipwreck in history, but its sister ship, the lesser-known HMS Britannica, also suffered a tragic fate. During World War I, the luxury cruise liner was requisitioned as a hospital ship, the largest in the world at the time. As it was sailing through the Aegean Sea in November 21st, 1916, it was struck a mine and went down off the island of Kea in less than an hour. 30 or more of the 1,000 people on board perished. 30 of them. Yeah. When their lifeboat was hit by the ship's whirling propeller. Oh, jeez. The Associated Press reports that for the first time, a team of divers under the guidance of Greece's Ephorate of Underwater Antiquities has recovered artifacts from the wreck site more than a century later. They found the ship's bell, portside navigation lights, observation binoculars, among other items still laying on the seafloor 400 feet beneath the surface. So here's the team entering the Britannica. Here's some artifacts. There's the what do they call them? Observation binoculars. Yeah, I would just call them binoculars, but observation binoculars that I found. Shipwrecks are always interesting to me, especially warships. Although the Britannica was a hospital ship, and it's too bad that people lost their lives. I mean, they saved almost 1,000 people, 30 short of 1,000, so that's not terrible. Anyway, let's move away from that sad fact. And next we have 2,000-year-old Roman bridge post re-emerged from riverbed. Swiss archaeologists gained new insight into Roman engineering and provincial infrastructure when the remains of 2,000-year-old bridge re-emerged from a former riverbed during modern construction near Egretine in the canton of Bern. The Miami Herald reports. Workers uncovered more than 300 oak posts belonging to a wooden structure that once spanned the Thiel River, an important waterway during the Roman era. Dendrochronologists' analysis indicate the bridge was first constructed around 40 BCE. Shortly after the Roman conquest of the local Celtic Helvetii tribe, it was intermediately repaired and strengthened over a period of 400 years. The bridge once stood outside the gates of a small Roman town of Pennanesca, modern-day Stoughton, and formed a vital part of the Jura Traversal, a major Roman trade, communication, and transportation route that linked strategically important Roman military camps and settlements. So as you can see, we have segments of the posts. Some of them look very well preserved from the mud. Obviously, a lot of rot from any place that was getting damp a lot. And this looks like a carpentry tool. Behind me, I'm not quite sure if you can even see that, but it is pretty impressive. Hopefully you can. Yeah, let's see if I can move my head a little. How about this way? Hopefully you can see that. I should have set this differently, apparently. But yeah, that is pretty interesting that they found bridge posts from a 2,000-year-old bridge. I mean, that's pretty amazing. You think after 2,000 years, most of it rotted away, but as I said, this looks fairly dry here. Any place that was dug deep enough into the riverbed where it wouldn't get moist. But yeah, that is pretty interesting. Next we have forgotten medieval castle discovered in Scottish Isle. BBC News reports the forgotten medieval castle and royal stronghold were identified at a site in Finlanagan on the Hebridean island of Islay, off the coast of Scotland. The announcement comes after more than 3 decades of research by historians and archaeologists. The unique castle was first built in the 12th century or 13th century ACE by ancestors of the MacDonald clan, who 200 years later rose to their height of power and became known as Lords of the Isles, and rivals to the Scottish and British monarchs. Well, that's pretty cool. The complex was built across 2 small islands and a loch. One island featured a large stone tower with living quarters, and the other contained courtyards, kitchens, workshops, and feasting hall. The imposing tower, which once stood as a visible symbol of wealth and power, was compared to similar structures built by Anglo-French kings in Britain and Ireland, strengthened its connection to the local ruling class. Around the 4th century, the castle was dismantled and a new royal palace was built on the site, from which the Lords of the Isles controlled the Hebrides, Argyll, and parts of the Northwest Highlands. So, this would be the island where the tower stood, and I'm assuming a bridge of some sort was laid out here. So the tower came down here. As you can see, there are many other building outlines on the ground and an outer wall. This would be, I don't see any of the dig here, unless this is this area right here. But yeah, that looks like it could be a dig for sure. Like I said, I can't tell from this picture if this is this area or some other area off the picture. I'm assuming this island, this bigger island, comes closer to shore somewhere, and there's another bridge or something. Because I can't see them building a bridge from that shore to this island and then onto this island, because that would be strange, right? But yeah, I love castles. Castles are cool. Unfortunately, I'm not related to the MacDonald clan. I am Scottish, but not related to the MacDonald clan, which is unfortunate. Next, we have rare wampum beads found in Canada at Canada's colony of Avalon. I cannot speak this morning, apparently. CBC reports that an exceptionally rare set of Native American wampum beads were discovered during excavations at the 17th century colony of Avalon in Fairland, Newfoundland. One of the earliest and best preserved English colony sites in North America. The settlement was established in 1621 by Sir George Calvert, later known as Lord Baltimore, as a refuge for Catholics facing persecution in England. Almost 2 million artifacts have been recovered at the site since archaeological work began over 3 decades ago. But 7 small shell beads found during the recent investigation are the first of their kind ever to have been unearthed in the colony. or anywhere else in the Canadian province of Newfoundland and Labrador. White and purple wampum beads, which were fashioned from quahog and whelk shells, were an integral part of Native American culture. They were worn as decoration, used to record important events, and exchanged as a form of currency between Europeans and Native American traders. So as you can see, this is the site of the colony of Avalon, which is pretty massive. I mean, I think I've seen this picture before, or a higher aerial shot of this before, and it's much bigger. It comes like down here and over here some more, and I think that looks like the coast. But I think there was something over here by this road as well, but I can't remember how far it goes out. But here are the purple and white wampum beads. That one looks more reddish to me, but those are definitely purple. Wampum beads were pretty cool. As it said, they're made from shells, which is a unique way to make beads. Shells are very fragile, and working with them takes quite a bit of time and commitment on the craftsman's part. And to make such fine shells that survived for over 400 years is pretty impressive. So yeah, that is pretty cool. I like those. I like stories out of Canada too, because let's face it, I'm Canadian, so it helps. It helps make me feel better. Alright, next we have searchers finally locate wreck of Great Lakes ghost ship. For decades, shipwreck searchers scoured the depths of Lake Michigan off Wisconsin's Door Peninsula for the famous wreck of the F.J. King, which sank in a storm in 1886. Its remnants have proved so elusive that it began to be referred to as a ghost ship. The Associated Press reports, however, that a team of Wisconsin Historical Society and Wisconsin Underwater Archaeological Association recently located the wreck near the small town of Bailey's Harbor. On September 15, 1886, the three-masted cargo schooner was transporting a shipment of iron ore from Escanaba, Michigan to Chicago when it sailed into a ferocious gale. The ship's captain, William Griffin, wrote that his vessel sank 5 miles off the shore, although a local lighthouse keeper reported seeing the schooner's masts much closer to land. This discrepancy helped thwart previous attempts to identify the wreck site. Ultimately, the lighthouse keeper was correct, since the side-scanning sonar detected the F.J. King less than half a mile from his recorded location. According to lead researcher Brendan Bellod. So this would be the image of the side-scanning sonar. It's pretty clear, if it is. I'm not quite sure. It could be an artist rendering of something of the ship, but this is an actual underwater vehicle photo. Probably underwater vehicle photo. Because if it was a diver, you'd probably see more disturbance around the edges. But yeah, finding a ship so far from where the captain said it sank is pretty rare. The lighthouse keeper kept a very accurate record though, so that's pretty cool. Alright, next we have metal in Sardinian figures underscores Bronze Age trade network. The enigmatic Nuragic civilization that flourished on the island of Sardinia during the Bronze Age is most recognized for building monumental stone tower known as Nuragi. However, they are also well known for their small bronzetti figures, which often depict warriors, gods, and animals. Scholars have long speculated about where the metal, mainly copper and tin, to create the sculptures came from. According to a statement released by Aarhus University, researchers recently used cutting-edge isotope analysis to examine 48 bronzite fragments from 3 prominent neuralgic sites dating to the early first millennia BCE. It had previously been thought that the copper perhaps originated on the island of Cyprus or in Levant, but analysis of the rare isotopes called osmium ruled out that possibility. Instead, the figures were produced from local copper sourced in Sardinia and from ore that had been imported from Iberia. It is believed that the 2 different types of copper were sometimes strategically mixed together to achieve certain effects such as color and strength. So as you can see, we had the little copper, bronze guys, tin. These guys look like probably tin. These guys with the green look like they're probably copper. But yeah, it's rare to see 2 mixed metals from various sources coming together to create some of these guys. And I haven't heard of this this civilization before, Neuralgic. But they seem to have quite skilled metal workers for Bronze Age civilization. It's pretty cool. Now, if I had to rate these, I would say they're probably high 8, low 9 on the coolness scale of archaeology. Because look at these guys. He's got a shield, got his sword. This guy has some sort of rope weapon. This guy has, looks like daggers or throwing weapons on his chest. This guy has a bow and some weird helmet. Actually, this guy looks like he's in Iron Man suit with a bow. That's kind of cool. Anyway, I think... Oh, no, there's one more for sure. Sculpted warrior vessel linked to sacred Peruvian solar ritual. According to a report from Andia News Agency, a unique sculptural ceramic vessel found at the site of Chanquillo continues to underscore the connection between the solar ritual and the military power of the elites who lived in the Casma Valley more than 2,300 years ago. Chanquillo that's a hard word to say. Archaeoastronomical complex features 13 monumental towers that are believed to be part of the oldest solar observatory in the Americas. By watching the sunrise or sunset from these special observation platforms, Chanquillo's ancient inhabitants would have been able to accurately determine important dates. Recent excavations near the entrance to the sacred structure uncovered a broken ceramic container belonging to the Patska style that depicts warriors in full combat. Given the find spot, researchers suggest that the vessel was deliberately broken as part of a ritual offering. So this are the fragments of the vessel. And these are depictions of what the vessel may have looked like. I'm not sure. Like sometimes different colors depict different materials they found, or figures they found. Like sometimes it'll be the white part they found, other times it'll be the red part. I'm not quite sure what these mean. There wasn't much of a description of what they were, but as you can tell, actually, and going by the pottery by the shards, they could be both. It could just mean this is what they think they look like. Because clearly the figure was mostly red, but I can't see his front, so it could be any one of these guys. But there are clearly gray and red pottery in this one vessel, so it could be any of those. The whole practice of them of the Mesoamericans, like worshiping the sun, using the sun as a calendar, basically. That whole thing interests me. Like the Aztecs and the Mayans, they all had really accurate calendars. So it's pretty amazing that they could do that with the astronomy that they knew. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And that'll be it for the month of September. As you can see, I updated the thing properly, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is what I found interesting, and as I said, I only got halfway through the magazine listings. Like, I worked back from the 29th, and I think I made it to the 12th or 13th to find these 10 articles. And so there could have been many more that I probably would have enjoyed. I actually should have looked and done a little more research. But that'll be it for this month. If you enjoyed this, do everything Wicked T says at the end of the video. And I will catch you next month for another archaeology review. Bye-bye! So I hope everyone enjoyed Dustee's archaeology review. As you might have been able to hear, I noticed it when I was checking to see if his recordings worked. Because of the way we have our microphone set up now, if you're not talking right at it, it doesn't catch the sound quite as well. I might have to get a new microphone soon. But this Razer Mini was working really well as of now, so I don't think I will change it. But it is hard to hear some spots, so I'm gonna have to make him louder in certain spots and quieter in others. So that's gonna be fun to edit. But yeah, as I said before, it's been a pretty standard month. Got 16 videos or so done. Probably gonna do the same for Spooky Month. Now with the 1st of October being tomorrow, keep an eye on our Instagram and X accounts for our Spooktober movie marathon video collection. We try to change it up each year, and this year I'm going to see if I can find some more older videos. I don't think I've ever watched the original Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, things of that nature. I'm going to try to find maybe the old Godzilla movies as well. Now, I'm not going to be posting those on Instagram or X. I will be posting a movie poster for what I've watched. We've done that every year for the last 3 years, I think, now. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing. It's hard to tell, really. This weekend, I'm actually house and dog sitting for my sister, younger sister. And so that'll be fun. I'll be taking the recording PC with me. So I'm going to get Dustee to record probably 2 gameplay videos tonight, either tonight or tomorrow night. so I can edit those, and I'll do the next Fright Night Friday over there. So look forward to that, because again, we suspect her house is actually haunted, but it's not anyone that hurts anyone. It's just a lot of noises, basically. Nothing too scary there. But yes, both my sister and my brother-in-law, I and my nephews that stayed in the house, all think the place is a little bit haunted. So that'll be fun for Fright Night Friday. And that'll do it for our end of month vlog. If you enjoyed these, drop a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe because it's free. Helps out the channel. And I'll catch you all at the end of next month for the October vlog. I'm gonna try I've had a few family members nagging me to, when the Spooktober movie marathon's done, to put a compiled picture of all the movies we watched into at least one frame at the end of the month vlog. I'm going to try to do that this year, and hopefully it works out. But I will see you next month. Bye-bye.